Welcome back to your WGN Sports High Definition television broadcast. We're available, and we're here at U.S. Cellular Field where it is game time and time to check out Mike Hargrove's batting order for the afternoon. Top of the order is, of course, the outstanding leadoff man Suzuki, followed by Wynn and Beltre. It's a Boone, Ibanez, Spezio, Bloomquist, Wilson, and Valdez. Your Pepsi defense setup is Perez, Rowan, and Dye in the outfield. Creedy, Uribe, Iguchi, and Konerko are the infielders. Battery of Widger and Mark Buehrle. Mark Buehrle this year, 1-1 with a 3.0 earned run average. You can go ahead and check out the umpire's positioning on the afternoon as we're ready for the first pitch from Mark Buehrle. And we're ready for the play-by-play from Ken the Hawk Harrelson.
Hi, DJ. Thank you. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball. Right here with WGN as first pitch strike to Ichiro. Ichiro hitting at 400. No homers. He's driven in 3. He was 1 for 4 last night. Flips that one into short. Left center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit.
I mean, the guy just almost impossible to defend. You've got to feel when you're in the outfield especially as if it's Wade Boggs or Tony Gwynn. They just hit it where you're not. They're specialists. Good pitch by Buehrle. Nice job by Suzuki.
He is 4 for 5 in stolen bases. As that'll bring up the switch hitting left fielder Randy Wynn. Wynn at 273. No homers, a couple of RBIs as there's the bunt. And that's a good one. Good round off right there by Creedy. So the sacrifice, 5-3.
That's a very nice job by Joe Creedy down third base. That was a perfect bunt by Randy Wynn. Doesn't get any better than that, but in anticipation, Creedy got a good charge, great angle. Everything was the way it should be. Look at Wynn. He gets around there and kills this ball perfectly right down the line. Creedy, look at the angle. He's running straight towards home plate, which gave him a better opportunity to throw that ball to first.
And because of Buehrle's move, for the most part, just negated the threat of Suzuki trying to steal second base, so it cost him an out to get him over.
Yeah, more people he's picked off than have stolen bases against him.
Adrian Beltre goes through it. He was 1 for 4 last evening, hitting at 263 on the young season with a homer, and he's driven in 8. That's into center field, right at Aaron. Well, Beltre, with 48 homers and drove in 121 last year, lines out to center.
Adrian Beltre got in on him just above the label, I'd say, but he still smoked it. And you can see just a few times we've had the opportunity to watch Beltre. He's a guy that likes to drive it up the middle and the right center.
Here's Brett Boone at 316, a homer. He's driven in 9. He has faced Buehrle 22 times, has 6 hits, 4 of which stayed in the park. Here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. That's low in the count, 2-0. These two clubs met 9 times last year. Sox won 7 of them. In fact, they played 6 times right here at U.S. Cellular Field. Sox won 6. High pop-up. Now Konerko taking charge. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Nothing across. It was the leadoff single by Ichiro. After half inning of play at Seattle, nothing, and the good guys coming to bat.
Let's take a look right now at Ozzie Guillen's Pepsi batting order for the afternoon. Timo Perez back out in left field. Iguchi's at second. Carl Everett, the designated hitter. Konerko, Dye, and Rowan in the heart of the lineup. Uribe, 4 ribbies last night. Widger and Creedy. The defense, Wynn, Bloomquist, Suzuki. In the outfield, Beltre at third base. Valdez, Boone, and Spezio. Wilson, Franklin, the battery. Beltre, what a play he made last night, turning this double play. Ooh, Ryan Franklin, 1-0 this year, but you'll see he's pitched in 3 games, so a couple of relief appearances for him, and he's been sharp in those appearances.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as Timo jumping all over first pitch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Sox come in hitting at 254 with a 3.96 team ERA. And here's Tadahito Iguchi. 0 for 4 last evening. Takes first pitch. 0-1 the count. Slate of action around the American League will show Tampa Bay at Boston. And there's Wilson Valdez. 2 down. And before we get to the slate of action, right now it's time for our picks to click, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, where you can click southwest.com for low fares. Jim Angio, director of the crew, with Jermaine Dye, Sylvia, Mike, Alex Nariana, and DJ going with Juan Uribe. And Casey, Aris, and myself, we're going to go with Aaron Rowan. Carl Everett takes downstairs. Carl 1 for 4 last evening. Hitting at .353 with a homer and 9 RBIs. 2-0 the count. And as I mentioned, we are interactive today. So if you want to email us, we'll try to get as many in during the course of the game as we can, as that's sucked up by Beltre. Quick inning for Ryan Franklin. Raul Ibanez will lead it off here in the top of the second. No score. 1-1 the count to the designated hitter this afternoon, Richie Sexton, still suffering from the flu. So the second game Richie is missing. Ibanez 0 for 2 last evening. And the count hangs at 1-2.
I'm just happy we're catching Ibanez, who has always hit the White Sox well, at a time where he's a little off. He's off to a slow start, thank goodness.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The 32-year-old left-hander, who, as DJ mentioned, has hurt the Sox for a long time. That breaking ball just fights it off. Checking other slate of action in the American League. Top of the 5th in Cleveland, 2-0 Indians over Minnesota. Kevin Millwood on the bump for the Tribe. He's good. And he's gone.
Nice location for Mark Buehrle. That fastball tailing in right under the hands of Ibanez. Widger sets up in there, and look at this. He's just going to fill it up. Ibanez had to yank the hands in to try and get to it.
Switch hitting first baseman Scott Spezio. And while we have a moment, I want to send out a big White Sox hello and happy birthday tomorrow to Joe Mazza, father of Mike Mazza, one of the White Sox family.
Yes.
So happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday.
And many, many more. Breaking ball. And we're starting to get emails coming in already. Close pitch, didn't get it. Hey, email HawkinDJ at AOL.com. That's HawkinDJ at AOL.com. He gone.
Mark Buehrle will throw anything and everything at a hitter. Turn it, change up, cutter, curveball, fastball, he'll sink it. And in any sequence, that is what you call an outstanding changeup. Spezio registered fastball and was out in front of it.
Center fielder Willie Bloomquist. He did not play last evening. Takes a curveball strike. And the count 0-2. Widget to the inside. Beautiful day here in the beautiful city of Chicago. It's awesome.
It is. It is a perfect day for baseball.
There's a chopper to the wrong man. Underneath over to Konerko. So quick inning for Buehrle. After an inning and a half, nothing. Paul Konerko will lead it off here in the bottom of the second inning. To be followed by Jermaine Dye and Aaron Rowan to face the 31-year-old right-hander Ryan Franklin. And a set foul. Franklin out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. 28-35 in his career. And here's the email. It's from Dan Evans out of Frankfort, Illinois. We'll get to this after the pitch. That's high and deep. Way back. He looks up. You can put it on the ball. Yeah.
Home run number 5 for Konerko came on an 0-1 pitch.
Paul Konerko had mentioned he likes warm weather, and
pitch.
Today is a beautiful day for baseball. He's taking advantage in his first at bat.
And with that home run by Konerko, the Alex Snellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. And that is number 12. So $1,200 donated by Alex Snellius in loving memory of Ursula. Jermaine Dye takes a strike. Getting this email from Dan Evans from Frankfurt. It says, Hawk and DJ, I'm a longtime Sox fan. I was wondering if you two could share your thoughts about the events at Fenway between Gary Sheffield and the fan in the stands. Who do you believe was more at fault, and should Sheffield be suspended? And Dan Evans from Frankfurt, I can tell you my opinion is that if he gets suspended, something's wrong.
No argument from me. I mean,
that's ridiculous.
I saw a replay of the incident.
Well, DJ, you know, first thing when I had seen it before DJ did, and all of a sudden he's looking at it. The first words out of his mouth, he says, that's assault.
That's exactly right.
So, I mean, if Gary wanted to, he technically, you know, when somebody puts their hands on you that you don't know, that's assault. He could have that guy sue him, have him arrested.
You know, the more you looked at it, it appeared that the fan was not even looking at Gary Sheffield. He was thinking about the ball. But Gary Sheffield was looking at the ball, too. All he knew was somebody hit him in the head. And you turn around, and your first reaction in most situations is, hey, who just hit me? And you're going to try and defend yourself.
Well, I thought Gary did a good job as that pitch fouled away in restraining himself.
He did.
I mean, you know, because you know Sheffield. I don't know him. I've only seen him play a lot of time. You played with him. I thought he did an outstanding job in using some self-restraint.
No question. I think there should be no suspension. I think he should be, you know, more or less commended on the fact, hey, good restraint there.
There's a ground ball, backhanded by Valdez. And let's check out this home run swing right here, Paulie. You got that thing set in good position, good to go, and let it go.
You know what I love about that? Paulie got a fastball right down the middle. He didn't outthink himself, didn't trick himself. He was looking for it, and he attacked it, and he launched. Ryan Franklin is going to throw the White Sox hitters a lot of fastballs. He can cut it. He can move it a little bit, but they better be ready to go from the first pitch.
There's a breaking ball strike to Aaron. There's another email that just came in. Alex says, with Big Frank's career probably drawing to a close in a couple of years, I don't think it'll be that soon, but where do you feel he stands in the Hall of Fame debate? Are his amazing years in the 90s going to be overlooked because of recent energies and slow seasons?
Distance on Konerko's home run, 404 feet,
Alex from the north side. Well,
404.
in my opinion, I think one of the greatest things that has happened as far as Frank's credibility to the Hall of Fame has been the steroid issue. I think his as Aaron goes down, I think that people are starting to realize now that Frank, who has never been on steroids, his perception has been elevated.
There's never been a question to me. I mean, I've played with some Hall of Famers that are already inducted. Frank Thomas is a Hall of Famer.
I know for the first 8 years he was in the league, he was the best right-handed hitter I ever saw.
Frank Thomas is a Hall of Famer. I don't think there should be any question about it.
Well, unfortunately, I think there was, and I think this steroid issue has really elevated Frank. Is that ball just hit foul?
By the way, hello, Big Frank.
We know you're watching, big man. We need you back. Get well soon and come on back. Miss that big smile. Hit him on the fist. Good pitch. Valdez will make the catch, but the home run by Paul Konerko, his 5th of the season. And after 2, it's 1-0.
Welcome back to U.S. Cellular, where the Sox lead this game 1-0, and the Director of Community Relations, Christine O'Reilly, is up here to tell us about some exciting event coming up on May 7th, the yard sale, the family day here at the ballpark.
Hi, DJ. Yeah, it's a great event, and I wish I could guarantee weather like today, but that's what we're going to keep our fingers crossed for. Family Field Day is such a great event. For $20 for adults and $10 for kids, a chance to come on out onto the outfield grass, play catch, visit the bullpens, the dugouts, get your picture taken at home plate. It really is a nice event. A great early Mother's Day gift, great early graduation gift for all your favorite Sox fans. So we're hoping people will join us for the day.
Well, of course, I mean, it's one of those opportunities that has become an annual event for us where people can actually get on the field. I was going to say a once-in-a-lifetime affair, but that's not the case anymore.
No, a couple times a season affair to benefit White Sox charities. But, you know, DJ, we take advantage of the fact that we're down on the field all the time, and it really is exciting when you see someone step out on the field for the first time and just the look of awe, and to be able to share that with your family or your friends. Heck, bring a Little League team out for $10 for kids and $20 for adults.
No question. As a matter of fact, not only the event of getting on the field is very exciting, but I saw some of the pictures you brought up to me to show me the items for sale for the yard sale are amazing.
Yes, and the yard sale goes on. That's our garage sale, the yard sale. That goes on during the Family Field Day event. It's in the patio underneath the right field stands. And oh my gosh, everything from catcher's gear to bats to gloves to hats, the spring training caps. And it's always fun to see the people when they buy the hat. And it's like the salt stains from the sweat from the players. But hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's the truth, as Jermaine Dye handled this fly ball out in the right field for the second out of the inning. So once again, the event is May 7th.
May 7th, and I have a telephone number for reservations, for information. We do ask. There's 3 different 1-hour sessions where people can come out on the field, from 9:30 to 10:30, from 11 to 12, and from 12:30 to 1:30. So we ask you to call, leave a reservation, let us know what time works best for you, and then someone from the Community Relations Department will call back to confirm. The number is 312-674-5121. 674-5121. Leave a message. We'll call you back. It's Saturday, May 7th, and keep your fingers crossed for weather like today.
Well, folks, come on out for that family day and garage sale, and beautiful Christine O'Reilly will be there too to greet you.
Thanks, DJ.
She looks forward to it. Thank you, Christine. All right, Mark Buehrle, can you believe it? A quick 1-2-3, top of the 3rd inning. Nothing new about that. Sox lead it 1-0.
One nothing good, guys, here in the bottom of the 3rd as Ryan Franklin's first pitch to Chris Widger pours it over for a strike. Just tuning in, Paul Konerko's 5th homer, leading off last inning. Tops it foul, 0-2.
Tough job Chris Widger has this year as a backup catcher. You're not going to get a lot of at-bats, but that's not what it's all about for him. The season's going to be when he's behind the plate, putting down the right fingers and keeping those pitchers in a good rhythm, and I think that's not going to be an issue.
1-2 the count. And so now to the family and the friends of Tom Peklansky. Passed away a couple of nights ago. Our best wishes. Big Sox fan. Yeah, that's popped up right side. Spezio. They always had the exact same seat at the club level, section 328, the end seat, for a long time. And this email coming from Bridget. And it's Value Monday this Monday when the Sox take on the Twins at 7:05. All tickets are half the regular price. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. Go Creedy. Get up. Get up. It's off the center field fence. So Creedy will pull up now as Bloomquist gets it back in. Good thing he pulled up. Beautiful relay by the Mariners.
Well, that's the way a relay is supposed to be done. I mean, you're not going to see it every time, but this is it. This is a great job. Look at Joe Creedy down through that hanging breaking ball. He's going to get some. All right, he gets back. Gets too close to the wall, does Bloomquist. He does a nice job getting it back into Valdez. Now watch Valdez. He just gets it and throws it, anticipating the runner going rather than waiting and looking and see. That's what you do. You get it, you think he's going, throw it, and that way you don't have a problem. You don't take too long if you did.
Want to know the count to Timo, who grounded out. First pitch thrown by Ryan Franklin, hit it to Brett Boone at second.
Well, this last year was Timo Perez specialty time. Man in scoring position. I think he was as successful as anybody we had on the team, if not more so, in driving in big runs in close games.
Watch out. Watch out.
Go. Creedy. That ball just trickling away from him. It's very hard for a base runner to always think with it rolling so slowly away from you that you can take off. But you will see a lot of runners be able to advance on a ball like this. Joe didn't want to take that chance.
First pitch strike. We'll check that. First strike, I should say. 2-1 to count. Outfield slightly to the left. Bit of a gap in right center. Seattle outfield does not move around a whole bunch. And the count 2-2.
Looked like a good pitch. A little surprised Timo wasn't ready to go, but right across the bottom of the knees. Didn't want that one. Let's feel he's going to get something a little better to go after. That wasn't it.
Paul are out of market. White Sox fans, watch live White Sox games right at your own computer. Sign up for MLB.TV now exclusively at whitesox.com. MLB.TV means live baseball. And once again, the 2-2 delivery. All 4 base hits, 7. Chopper. Boone. Two down. That'll bring up Iguchi. Tadahito grounded out hard to shortstop. Here's another email from Phil Van Paren from Lansing, Illinois. Lately, we've been seeing more players sliding into first base. Well, sliding into first base only slowed you down. Why slide? Please say hi to Gwen, Isaac, Calvin, Thad, and Silas. Yes.
Well, there's the old school debate and the new school debate on that issue of diving into first.
Not a good swing by Tadahito.
Old school is it's slower, and their argument is going to be that why don't sprinters dive across the finish line? New school is, yes, it's quicker getting to first, and sprinters would be insane to dive across the finish line because they break their necks.
Well, no, that's not a valid. That has nothing to do with it right there.
I've talked to some track people that actually ran track, one world-class sprinter, and she said, I would dive across the finish line if I could, but are you kidding me? Full speed ahead, I'm not diving.
Well, that has validity because, I mean, when you're running full speed, how are you going to dive?
That's exactly right. You got no push off anyway.
How are you going to dive if you're flat out? Now, I'm still of the old belief that it's quicker to keep running rather than slide.
And I'll put it to you like this. At the end of a finish line, if there was a base on the ground they had to touch first, they'd all dive. They would all dive for that base at the end of that finish line.
If it's on the ground, they'd have to dive.
Just like the base in baseball is on the ground.
Don't make any difference. It's down low. If you put that base on a pole that was about 5 or 6 feet tall, there wouldn't be no diving.
That's exactly right.
Full count. Here's another one from Art Aldaco in Bolingbrook. Says, I wondered if the addition of a partial roof has diminished the swirling winds and helped to increase the flight of balls out of the park.
Another debated issue. A lot of the players are saying no. It didn't make any difference whatsoever. It sure looked different to me last year, whatever the reasons.
A little chopper Beltre. He's got it very quickly, smoothly underneath. He's silk down there. Meanwhile, it's 1-0 good guy. First pitch to Randy Wynn, leading off here in the top of the fourth. 0-1-0 for the Mariners, 1-2-0 for our Sox. Wynn had a sacrifice bunt. Changeup, taken down low. And we are interactive. If you want to email us, email HawkandDJ at AOL.com. Pitch foul back, 1-1. Here's another email. It's from Joe Garcia from Oak Park. Said, I've noticed when players get to first base, they sometimes chat it up with the opposing team's first baseman. What do players talk about out there? And were there some of the first basemen that you played against that if you got to first base, you knew you were in for some fun? Oh, yeah.
Well, conversations range from where you going to dinner tonight to
girls.
Man, I'm struggling right now. Topics could range from women wearing pink shirts at the ballpark. You never know.
Or, hey, have you seen that young lady sitting in section such and such?
No, I never did that. I never did that.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then there's the guys, of course, that just won't shut up over there. You get your lead off, and they're still talking. You're like, man, I'm trying to focus here. I got a sign I'm trying to get. They just keep yapping and yapping and yapping. They know what they're doing.
He gone. Did not check it up. Third strikeout for Buehrle.
There's a few that you become good friends with, or maybe a former teammate. They'll even throw dirt at you and bother you. A good cutter from Buehrle up high.
Well, when I used to play first base, I would certain guys, as you mentioned, I wouldn't talk to, and you couldn't pay me to talk to them. But other guys, I mean, you do things like step on their foot, grab them by the pants when they're starting to take their lead off.
No question.
Just have some fun out there.
I've had that one. Somebody holding on to my jersey. I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
Get off of me.
Beltre lined hard to Aaron Rowan his first trip.
Buehrle, of course, more strikes than balls is what you're going to see from him almost every outing.
There's a nice backdoor. 1-2.
That ratio is going to be about what it was.
He gone. Yeah.
Adrian Beltre trying to make some adjustments to new pitchers in the American League. That is not the swing of a man who had 48 home runs last year. That is a swing of a man that was just lost.
Like he had both legs in a concrete hole. 2-0 the count to Boone, who popped up to Konerko.
Well, there's so many different ways to have fun as a baseball player. One of them has to be you better be able to laugh at yourself because you're going to make a fool of yourself a lot.
There's a strike. 3-1.
I know that Hawk has told many a story of the funny things that have happened to him, as have I. But that last swing by Beltre is going to be one where he's going to get back and take a look at it, and he's going to have a good chuckle.
Raul Ibanez, who struck out his first trip, stands in. That breaks a streak of 11 in a row retired by Buehrle. The only other guy that reached base was Ichiro, who led off the game with a little duck snort single into left center.
Well, I'm going to just go out there and say it. Mark Buehrle decided he'd probably rather take a chance with 2 outs with Ibanez up there than make a mistake to Boone.
Count evens at 1.
Mark Buehrle is a catcher's dream, because all the catcher has to do is put a finger down, and that's what he's throwing.
Drops down, just misses. Mike Federico from Oak Lawn says, in spite of the fact that many of the Sox players are not hitting that well, none of them are taking their offensive problems out to the field. I.e., Juan Uribe, Joe Crede. Do you think this is all part of the team first attitude? If so, who do you give the credit to, Ozzie or the players, or both? Both.
You cannot, as a Major League Baseball player, let your offense affect your defense. Defense should always be your first priority because it affects so many others.
Goes Boone, and that pitch fouled back. He gone. 5 strikeouts by the Buehrle Meister, and he leads it 1-0. Carl Everett will lead it off here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 White Sox. Ball hit hard, knocked down, sucked up.
Now it's time to have a ball with the Illinois Lottery, as right outside the stadium. Boy, if that's not a great picture, I don't know what is. Kids playing baseball, playing a little catch. Have a ball with the Illinois Lottery.
Paul Konerko cranked out his 5th homer, leading off the 2nd. First pitch strike. Outfield spread out for the most part straight up. Here's another one from email from Jackie and Jeremy. So my fiance and I are huge Sox fans and would like to extend to the both of you an invite to our wedding reception and do the honors of introducing the wedding party. It's on May 21st at 6:30. And yes, the Sox play the Cubs earlier that day, which will make it an absolute fun reception when the Sox win. So let us know if you'd like to join us.
That's quite the invitation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Exactly right. Thanks very much, Jackie and Jeremy. And congratulations. That's inside. 2-2.
I'd have to take that issue up with my wife and baby. I don't know how much time they're going to let me spend away from them.
I don't think so. Very much. Good breaking ball right there. Ryan Franklin, 1-1 against us last year, 6-3 lifetime.
And fans, the 2005 Chicago White Sox are presented by U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular and the Chicago White Sox, the perfect call all season long.
Jermaine grounded out to Wilson Valdez at short. Valdez going to get him again. And that's another easy inning for Ryan Franklin. We'll go to the fifth, leading 1-0. Oh, and 1 to count to Scott Spiezio, leading off here in the top of the fifth. It'll be Spiezio, Bloomquist, and Wilson to face Mark Buehrle. One hit for the Mariners, 2 hits for our Sox. And of the 2, one of them stayed in the park. Just barely. Joe Creedy hit a double. A line shot right off that center field fence. It's a couple feet from going out of here, and Konerko's a long home run. 2-2.
This is one of those days it is all right for ice cream. Got him.
He gone.
A good cutter from Buehrle, and he is just in the strikeout mode right now.
6 strikeouts.
Sure enough, perfectly located cutter.
Here's Bloomquist. He'll nubber to Buehrle's left, and he threw him out. And here's another email from Jim Fox, Michigan City, Indiana. Was wondering what the circles of dirt on each side of the batter's circle are. Been a fan of the White Sox since I was 4 years old, and I'm now 52. Those are fungo hitting circles. Guys in batting practice stand there, and Oguchi's got him. 2 down. Instead of killing the grass, they just put the circles there.
Well, you know, it's definitely used as a fungo circle, but initially it was, they were trying to make it look a little bit like a Mickey Mouse cutout. You know, a couple of ears and a Mickey Mouse head. There you go, see?
They've got in Orlando, that's how they've got a lot of the electrical transformers. They're like Mickey Mouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. 0-1 to count to Wilson, who popped up to Konerko. And the count 0-2.
Mark Buehrle is just a joy to watch pitch when he has got it in a groove. I mean, there's no real set pattern for a hitter to try and figure out. He works both sides of the plates. He pitches up, he pitches down. When you walk up there against him, you got a whole range of decisions to make.
He gone. Another strikeout for Buehrle, number 7, halfway home. 1-0 White Sox. Paul Konerko's 5th homer of the year in the 2nd inning if you're just tuning in. So it'll be Rowan, Uribe, and Widger. Takes that pitch inside, and it's Pepsi 2-for-1 ticket Tuesday. This Tuesday, when the Sox take on the Twins at 7:05. Redeem an empty Pepsi product and receive 2 upper-level tickets for the price of 1. Purchase tickets now U.S. Cellular Field ticket windows or online at whitesox.com. UPC code required. Two 2-0 the count to Rowan. Send to center field. So with one out, let's pause for station identification. On with DJ Darren Jackson, Ken Harrelson from U.S. Cellular Field, second of this three-game set. Sox took the opener last night, 6-4. John Garland, if you missed it, retired the first 19 that he faced. As Uribe takes the off-speed pitch downstairs.
Ryan Franklin's got a good arm. Last year he did lose 16 games, but he also had the worst run support in the major leagues. That coming from a team that lost 99 games last season. He only was averaging 3.1 runs of support, and his earned run average was 4.90, under 5. But for a guy that lost 16 games, you'd feel it had to have been 5.5 or something like that, and they just putting him out there because they didn't have somebody else. But no.
Breaking ball popped up right side. Spezio stays with it. 2 down. And your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Pontiac dealers invite you to Pontiac Fundamentals. So bring the kids and have them swing the bat, throw some pitches, and run the bases. All new Pontiac Fundamentals presented by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Pontiac dealers. So for game tickets, visit whitesox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME.
Nice interactive area here, and most of that area you can still watch the ball game from.
Chris Widger takes strike one.
A lot of fun things around this stadium now. Different viewing points, lots of historic murals on the walls throughout the stadium.
And a bullet hit into. Wow.
Cut a break.
Yes, Randy Wynn did not read that one at all.
Ryan Franklin cannot be real happy with that one, but it's a very difficult call for an outfielder. The minute that ball's hit, you have to commit to come in. This ball is hit so hard it ended up carrying way out there to the feet of Randy Wynn, who froze. Didn't get the read on it initially. See him just kind of freeze, and watch where it lands. It's almost a short hop. All he had to do was take about 3 steps in and he would have caught it.
Joe Creedy doubled off the center field fence. Yeah, there are a lot of good things to do here at U.S. Cellular Field. The first thing, obviously, is watch a good ball club play baseball. Then you mentioned the fundamentals. Then you get the Bertucci boys out there in right field.
Let me tell you, the food is very good here at this stadium. I mean, there's lots of options, lots of choices.
It's awesome.
It's as good as any stadium I've been in. Just telling it like it is, folks. There's a lot of really nice stadiums around the major leagues. And you can see some of the fundamental area, the batting cage area. There's a little fielding section, and of course, the radar gun area. You can also run against Scott Posednik out there. They got a little area for timing.
Two outs, 2 strikes to Creedy.
And as he mentioned, this is going to be a very, very good baseball team to watch all year long, along with the other things that are here.
Pass low.
For me, you get to the ballpark early, you go and enjoy all the interactive things for the fans and kids, and then sit down in your seats and take in the game. No need to be jumping up and down then.
The 1-2 pitch. Watch out. We got a very lengthy email here from Stephanie Reed from Dublin, Ohio, but Stephanie will try to take care of that for you, huh? Thanks for the nice email. The 2-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat. Wind broke back. He's got good speed, and he uses it to recover. Nice catch for Randy Wynn. And we're into the 6th. First pitch to Wilson Valdez, taken for a strike. Here in the top of the 6th inning, 1-0 White Sox. 0-2.
Same Wilson Valdez that was in spring training this year with the White Sox and called up last season. Right at the end of spring, he was picked up by another team and then sent to Seattle. Buehrle helping Valdez out. Wilson looked out there and saw Mark was ready to go, so he tried to put his hand up, get the umpire to stop things. He wouldn't, so Buehrle did it for him. And we were talking about Randy Witt having trouble on a line shot right at his feet. Well, this time, slow jump, but he makes up for it. I think Ryan Franklin happy of the fact one may have landed in front of him, but at least he took that one away.
He gone. Good changeup from Buehrle.
Nice changeup, diving down and away from Valdez. All right, Chris Widger putting down the right fingers.
Here's Ichiro, has the only Mariner hit, that leadoff soft single in the left center field.
What? Ichiro has a hit? It's a major league record with 262 last year.
Tops that one foul.
262 hits last season for Ichiro Suzuki, the all-time single-season hit record. Come on. That's what happens when you're the all-time single-season hit leader and also the most hits over a 4-year span in Major League Baseball history. He holds that record. The only person to ever, in the first 4 years in the big leagues, have over 200 hits each year. He's doing something right. Doesn't look like much, but as usual, he's standing on first.
Here's Wynn, sacrifice bunt and a strikeout. Close.
Very close. Mark Buehrle in his career only has 17 stolen bases against him, but he has 32 pickoffs. Ichiro knew he was just far enough to where he can freeze, get the read on Buehrle, and still get back.
Good pitch. And a good feed by Konerko. Good play, good recovery after the slight bobble.
That was a very difficult play it turned out to be, as this ball's a long way off to the right for Konerko. He's got a little spin on it. He gets over there, doesn't handle it, but now once he bobbles it, it becomes a difficult toss for him and for Buehrle to get that bag. The timing is thrown off. So good job on both ends to complete this.
So the dangerous Adrian Beltre is lined hard to center and struck out. Starts him off with a change. 0-2-0 for the Mariners, 1-3-0 for our Sox.
Well, last night it was established that Beltre was going to be pitched in tight. Now everything's away. Sometimes it takes a hitter a couple of at-bats within that next game to realize, okay, it's not the same pitcher, it's not the same pattern. And you better have a good idea. As you can see, home runs by third baseman in Major League history. Beltre tied Mike Schmidt for the most ever by a third baseman in the season.
Softly hit. Gucci up with it. And that'll retire the side. They do get another base hit by Ichiro, but after 5.5, it is still 1-0. Timo Perez will lead it off for the Sox here in the bottom of the 6th. Timo, the leadoff hitter. Followed by Gucci and then Carl Everett. Takes that one down low. Here's another email just came in from Clyde and Barbara Merritt. Says my son-in-law, Sergeant Bob Abui, is back home from Iraq on leave. He's a huge Sox fan and watches all the games over WGN. Could you please send him our love? You're dadgum right, we will. Clyde and Barbara Merritt. Sergeant Bob Abui. Be safe, big guy. The 2-1. A little flipper, not far enough out there. Yeah, well, I have a moment. Let's check out what's coming your way right here over WGN. Breaking ball strike to Tadahito. Stay fair. Stay fair. Just foul. Beautiful day, nice crowd on hand, and they are seeing Kenny Williams, Dave Wilder.
Dave Wilder, the director of player development for the minor leagues.
Fastball and whistled it right on by him.
Sitting down in those scout seats right behind home plate. They're doing a little scouting, our two front office people. Is that fastball? That's the top end of the strike zone, right on the outside corner. Kenny has been more calm than I've seen him in a long time watching this team so far. He's got a good feeling.
Want to know the count to Everett. Carlos gone out to third and he has gone out to second.
Ryan Franklin has thrown the fastball today. What does that tell you? He's got to be pretty darn good, because we are a good hitting fastball team, as most big league teams should be.
And he throws a lot of ground balls as well. Nothing across into the seventh, leading 1-0.
One-run lead. Sox holding on to it on the solo shot from Paul Konerko back in the second. Mark Buehrle quickly ahead of Brett Boone. Count evens at 1-1. Mark Buehrle has just allowed 3 base runners in this ball game. Changeup. As usual, the hitters falling right into the pattern of Buehrle. High cutter. And that pattern is Buehrle wants to get it and throw it in a hurry, and they're accommodating. They're standing in that box, letting him stay in a good rhythm. Sometimes hitters just can't help themselves. They just go along with the pace of the game. Change up once again from Buehrle off the end of the bat. Uribe got it. One down. And a celebrity in today, sitting down the scout seats. Oh, Wild. Dr. Carter from ER throughout the first pitch today. These guys are taping the show right on my house in town. Telling everybody in the area, hey, don't park there, we're going to tow you. How dare they? I don't blame them. Raul Ibanez, bouncer down to Konerko. Well, it's the first time Ibanez has put the bat on the ball, so that's his consolation on the afternoon, as he is now 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
And we're getting a ton of emails on Scott Posednik. What is wrong with him? Well, he had a little groin pull, and he is coming along just fine. Talked to Scotty before the game, and they're working with Dr. Payne. Herm Schneider. Herm was putting him through his paces. Scotty said it's feeling good.
Err on the side of caution in this situation. It's all about the speed for Posednik. You don't put him out there until he's ready to use it. Down and in. Slider from Buehrle. Spezio pops it up. Uribe wants to call it. Catches it. Quick 1-2-3 for Mark Buehrle. That's 5 in a row that he's settled down on. Konerko starting things off against Ryan Franklin. First pitch right there. A tight slider from Franklin. Buehrle. He's accounted for all the scoring today. That solo home run in the second inning has been enough for Mark Buehrle so far. It'd be nice to have the cushion. Maybe stack something together as Franklin's only allowed 3 hits. Tight breaking ball down and away. Ryan Franklin. Well, he is apparently found a good release point for himself this year, as he wants to change things around from last year. Is that way back? Uh-oh! Bye-bye! Number 6 for Paul Konerko. It's the Paul Konerko show today.
Not a whole bunch to it. There it is. A good one to hit, and he did not miss it. Didn't try to get real greedy right there. Nice, smooth pass, and poof, you can put it on the board.
Paulie really kept his head down on that pitch and nailed it as Jermaine Dye makes his way up there. Takes a fastball up the outside corner. Jermaine has hit 2 ground balls to the shortstop. He's 0 for 2. Got a chant of Paulie going on throughout the stadium. He's happy. Uh-oh. They want him. Come on out, Paulie. There you go. 41 home runs last season for Konerko, and he's picking up right where he left off. Ryan Franklin, only 2 pitches that have been out of this yard today. That's fouled off. And that's it, counting for all of the runs. Take a look at Ryan Franklin after the pitch. Last year, Franklin gave up 33 home runs. Good pitch just missed inside from Ryan Franklin. A couple of years ago, 34 home runs allowed by Ryan Franklin, which was tied for the league lead. He's thrown 77 pitches in this game. A lot of strikes, 51 of them. That one left right up there for Jermaine Dye. He just didn't get it, as that's out to Bloomquist. 2 down. 1
Enjoy
down.
Motown Night and Fireworks presented by Miller Lite on Saturday, April 30th, when the Sox take on the Tigers at 6:05. Enjoy a celebration of Motown music featuring Motown tribute bands and a post-game fireworks display set to Motown music. So for game tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
Outstanding pitchers duel today. Aaron Rowan is 0 for 2. Strikeout and a fly out to center. Curveball, strike 1.
As we mentioned, Ryan Franklin has really been tough on our ball club. 6-3 lifetime. When he keeps the ball down, he has beaten us. When he gets the ball up, we get some runs off of him. Valdez will throw him out. But Paulie has swung the bat against Franklin better than anybody on the team. Coming into the day, 9 for 25 with 2 homers. So now he is 11 for 28 with 4 homers.
That's when you start to say, I've got your number. But Ryan Franklin, the majority of his pitches are fastballs. He does have a good slider and curveball and changeup he features. And he's kept our hitters off balance today, everybody but Konerko. Juan Uribe looking for a good pitch to hit. He got a breaking ball. It was right there, but he's out in front of it. Valdez will handle it. So the solo shot starting off the top at the bottom of the 7th inning adds one more to the Sox. They lead it 2-0. First pitch from Buehrle. Willie Bloomquist swings, flies straight to center field. Aaron Rowan handles it. And let's take a look at our Toyota game summary. It's been an outstanding ball game for the White Sox. They've only allowed 2 hits to the Mariners, no runs, while putting 4 on the board, but 2 runs as 2 solo shots for Paul Konerko, is 175 and 176 in his career. It's just a tight ball game this afternoon.
Yeah, he and Brian Roberts were tied for the league lead with 4 coming into the day.
Konerko now in charge. First pitch to Dan Wilson, taken for a strike.
Well, he got close last year, and you know how that scenario goes, DJ. Once you get close, you say to yourself, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
No question, motivating, huh? As there's a breaking ball yanked foul by Wilson. Well, Paulie last year was in that home run race most of the season. Ended up falling a little short of Manny Ramirez. But what a race. It was exciting all year long. 0-2, 1 down. Fastball up and away. Tries to check it up, can't. 2 down. Strikeout number 8 on the afternoon for Buehrle. Excuse me, make that 9. Oh, cutter. Looked like Wilson didn't want to go after it and realized it was too close to take, and then said, uh-oh, too much thinking going on, bad result. Fastball outside corner. Buehrle is really working well with Chris Widger today, as he has with A.J. Pierzynski. Big curveball, just bounced foul. And fans, here's a reminder, on Sunday, May 1st, the first 10,000 kids 13 and under receive a White Sox youth replica jersey courtesy of LaSalle Bank. That's when the White Sox take on the Tigers at 2:05. For game tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME. 1-2 count to Wilson Valdez, who is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Both hits in this game by Ichiro Suzuki for the Mariners. He is standing on deck. Mark Buehrle trying to take his record to 2-1 on the year. Got him. Strikeout number 10. What an afternoon. Buehrle's got it working.
Two 4-0 for our Sox, 0-2-0 for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It'll be Widger, Creedy, and back to the top of the order with Timo Perez as Chris, first ball hunting, pops it up. Beltre.
I send a hello to a couple of big White Sox fans, Jesse Rogers and Steve Silverman. Those of their own radio show on Sunday morning. By the way, folks, that 10th strikeout by Mark Buehrle last inning was a new career high. Previous high, 9 against Minnesota back in June '03.
Grady takes first pitch strike. You can attend the 2nd annual Family Field Day and Yard Sale on Saturday, May 7th by reserving your spot to spend an hour on U.S. Cellular Field outfield grass. Bring your glove to play catch on the outfield. Visit the home and visitor dugouts and bullpens and pose for photos. Fans also can shop for White Sox memorabilia at the annual garage sale. So for details, call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. Shingo in the bullpen. That ball hit high and deep into left center field. Bloomquist back on the track. Well, Joe, who lined a double high off the center field fence his first at bat, now 1 for 3.
Little slider that Creedy just got out in front of just a hair. Just enough to keep it in this yard. So a good pitch by Franklin because of that. Franklin eyeballing. He knew it was all the way. It was going to be caught.
Timo's 0 for 3. He's due. So far, if you're just tuning in, this game is taking an hour and 32 minutes. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Are you talking about a Mark Buehrle start? Hey, you know, we can say all we want about Mark Buehrle, but Ryan Franklin's been outstanding this afternoon.
Indeed, he has. We felt like it was going to be a real good pitching matchup. There's a strike. Considering Franklin's track record against us.
Last year was the first time, and it was a hard year for Ryan Franklin, but we got to him. We were 1-1. He had an ERA that was over 7.5.
Well, he was getting the ball up a lot last year. Talking to the outstanding announcer, Ron Fairley, from the Mariners, said he's been throwing the ball well, keeping it down. Now, in this game today, he's only given up 4 hits, but 2 of them have stayed in the park. Quick inning for Franklin. We'll go to the 9th, leading 2-0. Ichiro will lead it off here in the top of the 9th inning. That is a fair ball. Konerko playing off the line, so that is the. Now he's going to turn it on, and he'll move on into. Now we have fan interference.
Well, it's going to be fan interference, but I can't believe they're making Ichiro go back.
Me either.
Okay, and they're not, as he was already around second base by the time a fan did interfere. Boy, this guy is something else. Ichiro Suzuki has picked up 3 hits today.
That's all the hits they've got.
And none of them have been hit harder than that right there. You talk about knowing where the defenders are playing and telling the ball where to go.
Well, he does it year in and year out. So you got to feel like that his mind computes when he sees the pitch, computes, he knows where the infielders are, and he tries to place the ball.
He's a specialist. I mean, I always felt that Wade Boggs was capable of doing that. He'd see where the defenders were, he'd calculate it and say, okay, this is where I want to try and aim this pitch. And odds were it was going to land somewhere they weren't because of it. That's the only guy when I was playing center field, I felt he looked and saw which side I was playing on and hit it the other way.
Yes, he gone. 1 out. 11 strikeouts for Buehrle.
Widger wants it up. He indicates it, and Buehrle throws it up, as that's the second time on the afternoon that he could not lay off of a high pitch.
Well, here's the ever dangerous Adrian Beltre, 0 for 3. Beltre 1 for 4 last night. Got the first hit off Garland with 1 out in the 7th inning. I'll say one thing, and he has had a couple of bad at-bats where made some funny swings, struck out, but this guy has impressed me. He is not greedy up there.
No. He makes me nervous. One thing that I like in the first 2 games I've seen is that we have really made him think about the inside pitch.
Ground ball. Konerko with a beautiful play over to Buehrle. 2 down as Ichiro scores, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Beautiful play by Konerko.
Mark Buehrle loses the shutout, but he can care less. All that mattered to him was getting the out, and he got that. As you take a look at our Comcast defensive play of the game, Paul Konerko picking up Mark Buehrle. This is the second time of the game Paulie has made an outstanding play. This one keeps a man off of second base in a 1-run lead game.
First pitch strike to Boone. get foul. It will, and the count 0-2. He gone. Mark Buehrle, what a performance. Career high 12 strikeouts against a tough Seattle lineup. Pitches himself a 3-hitter, giving up just the 1 run here in the top of the 9th inning, and he has been something.
Boy, Mark Buehrle, it doesn't get much better than what he showed us this afternoon. He's always been outstanding, but you talk about being on as he just finishes off Brett Boone to add to his career high for a single game. Widger tosses him the ball back, says, keep that one, kid. You deserve it after today's performance.
So the Sox move to 8-3. The Mariners fall to 5-6. As the Sox have played, this is the 4th series we've played this year, and in all 4 series, the Sox have won the first 2 games of those series. And right now, let's go down the field to, hey, Mark Buehrle. What a job. What a game out there this afternoon, Mark.
Thank you. How you guys doing?
Mark,
12 strikeouts, a new career high.
12. Wow. That's a lot.
For you, hey, you're just getting in throwing, and the results are what they are, and that's a beautiful thing to see today. You and Chris Widger seem to have your rhythm going all throughout this game.
Yeah, I was locate my fastball pretty well. Anytime I can get ahead in the count with my fastball, and up, out. I mean, every place he put his glove, I was hitting it, and that's key for me.
Well, you know, you have had every outing you've had. This should be your 3rd one. Everyone has been outstanding, and it seems like your rhythm has just been there for all 3 with Pierzynski, and then, as DJ mentioned today, Widger.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
big thing for you, Widger.
Yeah, I mean, it's either catcher goes out there. I think I shook Widger off one time because I think Winch called timeout, and I had a different grip, so I wanted to throw a changeup, but. I mean, other than that, he called a great game, and we worked well together.
Mark, let's talk about the attitude of this ball club as opposed to previous seasons.
Well, it's totally different. I mean, everybody goes out before and after the games. Everybody hangs out together. It's more of a team instead of individual, like it's been in previous years.
Well, last night, one of your great buddies, John Garland, retired the first 19, and he would come over there and sit by you in between innings. What were you guys talking about?
I was actually trying to stay away from him last night. Just stayed in my spot, chewed the same gum. It was just trying to, when you get a perfect game, you just kind of do that kind of stuff.
Well, Mark, this is a different-looking Seattle ball club. This is a good lineup they went out there today, and you just went through these guys like grease.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different lineup without Sexton in there, and some guy named Ichiro. I'm not sure who that guy is, but if he can get out of the lineup, I might do pretty well.
I think it was his second at bat after he got the base hit off you his first time up. Looked like you just threw the first pitch, almost like a batting practice little pitch in there.
Well, I was trying to do the eephus pitch, but I didn't want to lay it in there for him to hit a home run. But yeah, I was kind of half eephus, half trying to get it over his first strike.
I see you looking at him a lot of time. Y'all have had some nice interchanges between you over the years.
Yeah, I actually once I got him out, I wanted to get that ball and have him sign it, because I think that's the first time I got him out in a while.
All right, Mark, thanks for a wonderful performance. Get in and get that arm taken care of, buddy. And once again, nice going.
Thank you.
Mark Buehrle. And let's look at some of this action if you're just tuning in. A new career high 12 strikeouts. And as he said, you know, he's had a real good fastball all spring long. He's had outstanding control. And in fact, he's actually made it look a little bit too easy. It just goes to show you, throwing strikes, changing speeds is what it's all about.
You saw some of the swings that these Seattle Mariners, who are a pretty darn good hitting team, were taking. Mark Buehrle just had them totally confused on locations. He was all over the place. They wanted to be aggressive because he's always around the plate. Even though he's always around the plate, you still got to try and be patient. And Mark Buehrle is too tough to be patient against. A very tough day for the Mariners as Buehrle was on his game.
Sox win it 2-1, and we'll be back.